The U.S. car market is among the largest globally, and numerous manufacturers strive to compete for a share of the market. However, due to America's stringent environmental and safety regulations, several exciting cars that are popular elsewhere are prohibited from entering U.S. shores. That's why today we have compiled a list of 12 cars illegal to drive in America. Number 1. 1990 BMW M3 Sport Evolution 3. The M3 Sport Evolution is a high-performance version of the iconic E30 M3 produced in limited numbers. This special edition model features a number of upgrades over the standard M3, including increased engine displacement, a more aggressive suspension setup, and aerodynamic enhancements. However, despite its popularity and performance capabilities, the car was never officially imported for sale in the US. The primary reason why the M3 was not sold in the US is due to its emissions. The car was not equipped with catalytic converters, which are required to meet US emission standards. Additionally, the car's engine management system did not meet the requirements set by the US government for fuel efficiency and emissions control. As a result, the car did not comply with the strict emissions and safety regulations set by the US government, and therefore could not be sold in the country. Number 2. BMW M3 CSL. Another BMW in today's list is the M3 CSL. It was a limited edition high-performance version of the M3 that was produced between 2003 and 2004. It was designed to be the ultimate driver's car with weight reduction and handling improvements over the standard M3. One of the reasons why the M3 CSL was considered better than other M3s is its focus on weight reduction. BMW engineers removed many of the luxury features and used lightweight materials such as carbon fiber to reduce the car's weight by around 400 pounds. This weight reduction made the car more nimble and agile, resulting in better handling and performance. In addition to weight reduction, the M3 CSL features several other improvements such as a larger intake manifold, a retuned engine management system, and a modified suspension. These changes resuited an increase in horsepower from 333 to 360 and a 0 to 60 time of just 4.8 seconds. However, the BMW M3 CSL was never sold in the United States due to strict emissions regulations. The car's carbon fiber roof, which replaced the standard steel roof, did not meet US safety standards at the time. As a result, BMW was unable to import the car into the United States. Number 3. Pagani Huayra. The Pagani Huayra is a high-performance supercar that was introduced in 2011. While the car has garnered worldwide attention and admiration for its stunning design, advanced technology, and powerful engine, it has never been officially imported for sale in the US. The reason for this is due to the car's non-compliance with US safety standards. The Huayra does not meet certain safety standards set by the US government, particularly in regards to its airbags. The US requires that cars be fitted with specific types of airbags, which the Huayra does not have. Additionally, the car's adaptive headlights also do not meet US regulations. Furthermore, the car's unique titanium exhaust system emits more emissions than what is allowed in the US. Despite the Huayra's lack of compliance with US safety standards, a small number of units were still imported to the US by individual buyers. However, these cars had to undergo a rigorous and expensive modification process to make them road legal in the US, including replacing the exhaust system and airbags to meet US regulations. As a result, the Pagani Huayra remains a rare and coveted car among enthusiasts in the US. Number 4. Scirocco. The Scirocco made its debut among the first generation of the Volkswagen Golf MK1 in the mid-1970s and was in production until 1992. After a long absence, Volkswagen revived the Scirocco name in 2008 and introduced the current generation. Although it shares the same platform as the Golf, the Scirocco's exterior is sleeker and more aggressive. In Europe, the Scirocco is available in a variety of configurations, with the top-performing model being the Scirocco R. The Scirocco R boasts a 300 horsepower engine sourced from the Golf R, all-wheel drive, performance-tuned suspension, GTI-derived handling, and a high-quality interior. Despite its impressive features, Volkswagen chose not to launch the Scirocco R in the US market as they believed it would compete with the sales of the Golf GTI and Golf R. Therefore, the Scirocco R is only available to European customers. Number 5. Nissan Skyline R34. The Nissan Skyline is a legendary Japanese sports car, and it's hard to believe that only the current 6th generation is available globally, including in the United States. The previous generation, known as the R34, is one of the most iconic cars of the past 30 years, appearing in Gran Turismo and numerous Fast and Furious movies. When it was first released in 1999, the Skyline was a unique offering, boasting a two-door coupe with a twin-turbo 6-cylinder engine and intelligent all-wheel drive. The combination of bulletproof mechanics, superb traction, and unbelievable tuning potential made the Skyline an instant success, although it was only available in the right-hand drive market. Despite being factory rated at 280 horsepower, it was clear that the RB26 DETT engine produced more than that, with power easily enhanced with just a few tweaks. Almost all Skyline owners upgraded their cars within hours of buying them. American buyers have been aware of the Skyline R34 since its conception, with some wealthy and daring enthusiasts attempting to import their own examples from overseas. Unfortunately for them, US Customs intervened and confiscated the cars. Number 6. 1993 Jaguar XJ220S. The Jaguar XJ220S was not technically banned in the US, but it was never certified to meet US safety and emissions regulations, which means that it could not be sold or driven legally on American roads. This was due to a number of factors, including the cost of making the necessary modifications to bring the car into compliance with US regulations, and the fact that the car was not originally intended for the US market. Additionally, at the time of the XJ220S's release, Jaguar had no official presence in the US and had not sold any cars in the country for nearly a decade. This meant that there was no established dealer network or service infrastructure in place to support Jaguar cars in the US market. As a result, only a handful of XJ220S models were privately imported to the US, and they could only be used for off-road or track purposes. Despite being one of the fastest and most exotic cars of its time, the XJ220S remains a rare sight on American roads due to its lack of US certification. Number 7. Lotus Elise Series 1. The Elise Series 1 is a small, lightweight sports car that was first introduced in 1996. Despite its popularity and success in Europe, the car was never officially imported for sale in the US due to safety and emissions requirements. The main reason why this car was not sold in the US is because it did not meet US safety regulations. The car was not equipped with airbags or other safety features that were required by US law at the time. Lotus did not invest the resources needed to make the car compliant with these regulations, and as a result, it was not made available for sale in the US through official channel. In addition to safety regulations, the Elise Series 1 also did not meet US emissions regulations. The car's small, high-performance engine emitted too much pollution for US standards, which are much stricter than those in Europe. Number 8. Alfa Romeo 8C Spider. The Alfa Romeo 8C Spider is a high-performance sports car that was introduced in 2009. It was designed to be a limited edition model with only 500 units produced worldwide. The car is powered by a 4.7-liter V8 engine that produces 444 horsepower, and it features advanced technologies such as a carbon fiber body, Brembo brakes, and a 6-speed automated manual transmission. The Alfa Romeo 8C Spider was not officially banned in the US, but it was never sold in the country due to its failure to meet certain regulatory requirements. The car did not comply with US safety and emission standards, which prevented it from being imported and sold in the country. Additionally, the car was not designed with US regulations in mind, which made it difficult to modify or retrofit the car to meet these standards. As a result, the Alfa Romeo 8C Spider was only available for purchase in select markets outside of the US. Number 9. Audi S1. When one thinks of Audi's S models, The first cars that come to mind are typically the dominant S4 or S6 sedans that are known worldwide. However, the smallest hot hatch from Audi, the S1, stands out with its unique features such as a tiny size, a 2-liter 230 horsepower turbocharged engine, and most importantly, quattro all-wheel drive. The Audi S1 is a distinctive car that was not expected to have large market in the United States, despite its incredible performance with the ability to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.8 seconds and reach a top speed of 155 miles per hour in a super mini. The S1 will remain exclusively in Europe. The reason for this decision is not entirely clear, but it may be due to limited demand for hot hatchbacks in the US market, and the fact that Audi is primarily considered a high-end luxury brand in the United States. Number 10. 1993 Lamborghini Strosek Diablo. The Strosek Diablo was a true marvel of automotive engineering, but it was also a car that was too hot to handle for the US. You see, this machine was decked out with all sorts of customization by the German coach builder Strosek Design, including a new body kit, wider rear fenders, and a sleek, upgraded interior. But the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and Environmental Protection Agency just couldn't get on board with all those fancy upgrades. They deemed the Strosek Diablo non-compliant with US safety and emissions regulations, and as a result, it was banned from the American market. So, even though this Lambo may have been too much for Uncle Sam, it still remains an icon in the world of high-performance cars. Number 11. Renault Sport Clio V6. If you're looking for the sportiness of a cigar wrist with the practicality of a hatchback, you need to check out the Renault Sport Clio V6. This thing is awesome and is made by the French automaker Renault. The Clio is a typical utilitarian hatchback, but the V6 version is a wolf in sheep's clothing. When the guys at Renault have a bit too much wine, they come up with things like this, the Sport Clio V6. They removed the rear seats and most of the trunk space to make room for the legendary rear mid-engine V6. This makes it one of the only mid-engine hatchbacks of all time. These guys are crazy. Not only does this thing look like $1 million, but it's also extremely unique. Unfortunately, they're getting harder and harder to come by, with only 1,300 ever produced, and none of them ever made it to the US soil. Let me add some salt to the wound and explain why we should be extremely sad we never got this thing. The engineers at Renault paired the rev-happy natural aspirated V6 with a 6-speed manual, but too bad no Renaults were ever sold in the US. Number 12. Porsche 959. The Porsche 959 was a high-performance supercar introduced in 1986. It was one of the fastest production cars of its time and boasted advanced technologies such as an all-wheel drive system and a twin-turbocharged engine. The car was designed to compete in Group B rally racing, but Porsche also produced a limited number of road-going models for customers. The Porsche 959 was banned in the US due to its failure to meet certain regulatory requirements. The car's engine emissions exceeded the limits set by the Environmental Protection Agency, making it unsuitable for sale in the country. Additionally, the car's unique construction and advanced technologies did not meet certain safety standards, such as the requirement for bumpers that could withstand a low-speed impact. As a result, the car was never officially imported for sale in the US, and only a small number of Porsche 959s were imported through gray market channels. It was not until 1999 that the car was granted exemption from certain US regulations, allowing it to be imported and sold legally in the country. There you go, folks. Those were our top 12 picks for this video. If you did enjoy the video, leave it a thumbs up. It would mean the world to us. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.